Amy, you're muted.
Oh my goodness, muted that whole time.
Oh,
Just going off. That's okay. As
let's
I
start that one over.
rewind. Welcome to Escape the Toxic Minefield. This is where we help you stop surviving and start actually living again. And if you're a high performer who's exhausted from doing everything right and still feeling depleted, you're in the right place. And here's what we believe: your body isn't broken, it's brilliant. It's been adapting to survive for years, and now it's time to teach it something new, and that's how to thrive. So every week, Lisa and I bring you real tools for your body, your mind, and your spirit, because your exhaustion isn't one problem, it's a pattern. And patterns need a whole approach. So I'm Amy Jo. I'm a behavior and habit specialist, and I'm alongside with Lisa Crisali. She's the owner of Exercise and Nutrition Works. And we've created Escape the Toxic Minefield for one reason. So you don't have to figure this out alone. There's a lot of confusing information out there, and we want to kind of help you figure it out. So take a breath. You made it here, and let's begin. Oh, man. What a week, huh?
It has been a week. Yeah, the energy is flying.
It is flying. So, you've done the juice cleanse, you've cut sugar for a week, maybe a couple weeks, maybe you've drank the celery juice at 6 a.m. like it was a sacred ritual. And for a day or two, you might have felt lighter, and then life happened again, and tiredness crept right back in, like heavier than before. But here's something that is not on the green juice label bottle, is that detoxing was never just about your gut. Yes, it is about your gut, but your body's been trying to release something for years, and it's not just your food. So here's the mental shift underneath all of this. Your liver and your kidneys are already detoxing you every single hour of every single day. Now, there's ways we can give them support, and we'll get into that in a minute, but that's their job, and they're good at it. But what actually interferes with that process is chronic stress, poor sleep, dehydration, and a nervous system that never gets the signal to power down. So the goal was never to force your body into submission for a week. It's to stop interfering with what it already knows how to do. Water, movement, deep sleep, fewer processed inputs, less to filter, so the system runs clean on its own. But this is where also paying attention to what's actually happening inside your body matters. A lot of women live for years on inflammation, nutritional gaps, hormonal noise they can't see and were never taught to check for.
Yeah.
But we've got this face scan technology that will read 346 biomarkers from just a scan of your face. We'll drop the link a little later. But it gives you a window into patterns that your body's been quietly running in the background. It's not a diagnosis. It's just information. But information is where the change starts. And have you done crazy detoxes?
In the past, yes, I have. And, I'm going to throw this out there to everyone. Have any of you done those detoxes where you need to stay home and kind of be near the restroom, right? Like those, back in the day, back in my day, these things were out there all the time, like the celery thing and some of the other cleanses. And yeah, you needed to make sure it was like the Saturday or Sunday and you were home. And yeah, that's a little crazy. So
a little bit of extra activated charcoal going on there. And, and like all of a sudden you're like, ooh, I'm so glad I stayed home.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I've been through those too.
Those days are gone, you guys. Like those days are gone. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to dive deeper into that because that process isn't necessary in order to help your organs be able to detox and remove those extra burden toxins that we just are exposed to every single day. I mean, we're just exposed to it. It's not like, you can eat as clean as you want, but we still have to breathe the air and, hear, smell the smells, and all those things affect our organs.
Yeah. And I think some of those severe detoxes that we did, they were a little more damaging than they were actually helping. And it's similar to like overworking out. You in CrossFit, they have an actual disease. I tease CrossFit that they got a disease named after them, but it's rhabdomyolysis. But basically the idea is that, oh, thank you, Phil. Phil says, looking amazing. Keep doing what you do best. Thank you, Phil. Great to see you. But what that was it was a breakdown of you worked out so hard that your muscle tissues broke down so quickly that they would go down through your kidneys, because that's where your body processes that breakdown, and it would shut your kidneys down, and people have actually died from it.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
just, that's the extreme version of this,
And it was stripping. It was actually excessive. It was stripping your nutrients. So again, detoxing is good for the body at certain capacities, but we don't want to be stripping the necessary nutrients. We want to be removing the toxins. Very, very different.
Exactly. And it's not just what we eat, it's what we consume, everything we consume. It's the social media that we're consuming, it's the news that we're consuming, it's the movies we watch, and the people that are around us that have negativity. We're consuming all of that, and it goes somewhere.
Yeah.
So spiritual detox is releasing what you were never actually supposed to be holding, and it might be the guilt for resting, or the obligation to be everything to everyone, or the old identity of the woman who could do it all and never ask for help. You cannot pour clarity into a spirit that's still full of other people's expectations. So we're talking about detoxing at some of the deepest levels, is subtraction, and it's making room again.
Yeah.
And so let's talk about the body cleanse. Let's talk about the two kinds of cleanses, because they are not the same. So there's the version everyone pictures when they hear the word cleanse that Lisa was just talking about, the kind that clears your schedule for you.
Yeah.
The one where you have to stay close to the bathroom all day and your stomach's in knots, and by hour 3 you're wondering if this was ever about health or if it's just about survival until it's over. You're just white knuckling it through the rest of your day. That's, like I said, that's not a detox, that's an emergency. You're in big trouble now.
Yeah, and it's uncomfortable. And many times people will be cramp up from that. Right? Your body will cramp because it's putting distress on your organs. And that's the piece that we really want to avoid.
And I think there's a big mental piece to this that we forget about. And it's that at that point, we're kind of punishing ourselves. And I think some people come at this as punishment, right? They're upset with themselves. They're upset that they got in the place that they're at. And they feel like they have to make it hard on themselves, this belief that it has to be hard or it's not going to work, because it's this underlying belief about punishment.
Yeah.
It's a limiting belief, and it's really lying low underneath them. But I'm going to just give you permission right now to let go of that. You don't need to punish yourself. You can do it gently. You can do it gently, because there's the soft cleanse, and this is support that works with your body instead of against it. You still go to work, you still take your calls, you still live your actual life while your system just quietly does what it's already designed to do, with just a little extra help and support. And I love this cleanse. And this is where something simple can just make a real difference. And so Vital Health has the Detox tea, and it's built around this idea. You just drink it at your meals, and it just fits in with the routine you already have.
And that's the starting point. Just to be clear, like, the detox tea is amazing. It's light, it's delicious. And I'm not a tea drinker. Okay. I'm just going to tell you, I am not a tea drinker, and it's wonderful. But the detox tea is the base. And then we have additional components that go with it. So we have different bundle options, just depending on how much you want to address. But typically when we start working with clients, and we're working with them who, they're ready to make some changes. Their body is having some issues going on. And we usually recommend, again, our recommendation is they start with a detox. They start their first 30 days with a detox. And so we have a variety of supporting herbal supplements, super clean, very clean herbal supplements that work in conjunction with the tea, that address the kidneys, that address the liver, that address the gut health, right? And so they all are working together, utilizing the herbs to help do this soft cleanse of each of the organs, so that the organs can then perform optimally. That's really our goal.
Wow. I love it. It's amazing. I love the tea, and it's so simple. Like, I've had other detox where I'm like doing powder every few hours and taking these things every few hours. This is so simple. You with the tea, if you're just doing the tea, and the other ones are simple too, because they're just vitamins. Like most of the stuff comes like I don't know which one. I've got the V control here, which is great for cravings, actually. And it's just regular capsules. They're just really easy to take. But the tea, it's just a tea bag. It comes in a bag like this with a bag of tea. You just do 4 quarts of water in the stove, and you just bring that to a boil. You take that off the stove, throw the tea in, and then you cover it for like 5 hours, let it really steep, and then you add it, and it makes a full gallon, and it just sits in your fridge, and it's awesome. It's so awesome.
Just a gallon will last you, again, depending on how many people are drinking it, but it'll last you about a week. And it's cold, and you take it, you can have it up to 3 times a day. We help guide you on that. But we do the tea in conjunction with, depending on how much you want to add. So the first thing I'll share, if this is okay, which is Organex. So Organex is the liver detoxifier. Okay. In fact, I don't know, I didn't even see. Anyway, well, I'm not going to show, but Organex blends. Okay, listen up to you guys. This is how clean this is. It blends botanicals like milk thistle, guarana, and wildcrafted quassia to support liver function, bile flow, and the body's natural detox processes. Its synergy also promotes skin clarity and digestive balance. Okay,
Wow.
So these things, right? This is working in conjunction. Now that's the liver portion. And let me just go back one more, because I want to just give you a couple of different ones. Then we have what's called V-iterin. V-iterin is our kidney. It's our kidney revitalizer. Again, these things all work together. So iterin combines herbs like, let me try my best on these. Uva ursi, there we go, horsetail, and moringa to flush the kidneys gently, support urinary health, and assist in fluid regulation throughout the body. So now you guys can hear, like, the whole goal is to help our organs to be able to perform optimally. Because again, from the air that we breathe and preservatives in our food and the mental stressors that we have, like the cortisol levels, if you guys are under mental stress, your cortisol levels are high. That causes toxins to gather in your organs, right? Specifically your kidneys and your livers, right? Because those are our detoxifiers. But it gets gunked up in there, and so these help with a natural cleansing, right? These help with the natural cleansing, along with the tea. And then there's a couple more that we add on, but generally it's those 3. And then also our glutation plus. And so for those of you who are familiar with glutathione, right, it's a cellular rejuvenator. And so this combines glutathione with cofactors like L-cysteine, chlorophyll, and I cannot say this word, but tetrahydrocursumine to maximize antioxidant protection, immune support, and deep cellular detox. These all work together. And then again, if you care to do the evening, we also do have a charcoal, activated charcoal component that we do at night that works in conjunction as well. So it's all optional.
Yeah. And I went ahead and I threw the Face app in there. If you download the Face app, it's free to download, and it's gonna scan. It's gonna give you 346 biomarkers. I'm gonna also put in the chat what the biomarkers are that you're gonna see, that you could potentially see, because it's pretty cool when you find out what this does. But again, free to download, and it's going to tell you if you need the Organix. It's going to tell you if you need the Detox tea. It's going to tell you, it's going to recommend it, and it's going to recommend a list of products. You can choose to grab them all, or you can just get the top 3 or the top 5, depending on your budget. But it's a great place to start because you're not guessing, which I love, that you're not trying to just guess with your body.
Yeah, that's a big one, because it's definitely going to not only recommend, but it's going to recommend based upon what your biomarkers read, like your specific numbers. Like, it's very, very specific. It's going to read what's going on with you, and again, make those specific, calls for you, because it's going to see where your body is at. And we've never had the ability to see inside our body like this before. Unless you plan an appointment to go with your doctor and ask them to do a blood test on 346 different things, which will be a big chunk of change, right?
Yeah.
So again, this is a no-cost way to see and to learn what is happening inside your body. And it's, you guys, no cost. to be able to see it. But then it's going to give you the tools and the resources to be able to do something about it. And that's the next thing, because information is okay, but information without action isn't going to do you any good. So
Right.
this is about now taking the next steps. And what's so cool is when you start implementing these products, whatever they happen to be, right? If you start implementing these and your lifestyle changes, and then you run your test again, you can actually see and compare and see the changes that are happening within your body. It's crazy.
It's really cool. And you know what else how I've used it, which is really neat. So I've had a couple of energy workers that do some healing, energy healing, and they will have their client scan their face before the session, and then they'll have them scan it after, and they see the markers different. And the other really great thing about seeing those markers is if you are seeing it in the red, that's a key. You can go, hey, test me for this right here. Doc, I want this test. Now you don't have to get 346 tests. You just get the one test.
Yes. Yeah, it is brilliant. You guys, this is all about putting healthcare into our own hands, taking responsibility for our own healthcare, and knowing what is actually happening and not being dependent upon, again, there's a time and a place for Western medicine, absolutely, but it's also an opportunity to be able to have insights into what is actually happening, and then make educated decisions, and then to have tools and resources that are recommended that can help you with that. And the best thing to do, as we always say, is test it, right? Try the products, do it for 30 days at minimum. We'd like to say 90 days because you didn't get there overnight, right? But we know that you'll see changes within 30 days. So at least give it 30 days, utilize the protocol that it's recommending, and test again, right? That's the best way to see this. And I guarantee you can't have that much control by going to a doctor, going to doctors every 30 days. They will not run those blood tests for you, right?
Unless you have a concierge. Thousands.
Yeah, right. Unless you have a concierge doctor, right? So Shane says, too many people don't take the health serious until there's a problem. Absolutely, Shane.
Exactly, Shane.
This is such a unique opportunity to have the insights over your own health and to be able to make decisions, educated decisions.
Exactly. And I will drop onto Facebook there real quick and drop that link, because I don't think it dropped onto Facebook. So I'll jump over there.
Oh, yeah.
We're streamed out to a couple platforms here. And this will be live also on the podcast. On the podcast. Here's the bioscanner markers. And here's the link.
Shane, you get it. I can tell just by your comments here that you get this. If you haven't tried the face scanner yet, highly recommend it, and reach out to Amy and just say, look, here's what it says. It's, if you follow through everything and you click on each thing, it opens it up, gives you extensive information on each and every section. And then it's going to at the bottom say, based on what we're reading for you, here's what we recommend. Because it took a heart attack for me. I weighed 300 pounds, now I'm 188. Wow. Shane, that's amazing.
Congratulations, Shane. Shane's awesome. I talked to Shane quite a bit. And I went ahead and dropped the link down there for the Vital Health Scanner. Just go ahead and download that, and you can just go ahead and run it. And it's free to use. It's free to check out. Yeah, it's a great tool. I absolutely love it.
Make sure you pop in your email address, because it's going to ask for yours.
Oh yeah, it's going to ask for my email address. I will put it here on the screen.
That's fantastic, Shane. No surgery or drugs. Congratulations to you. I know you get this then. You understand the advantage of really taking our health into our own hands and a responsibility for it. And this is, having been in the nutrition space for over 30 years, this is the cleanest line that we have found. Holistic, clean, herbal-based products that have studies and show results. We have seen incredible results with people, but we now, have the ability to be able to test on a regular basis and see the changes happening. And so for all of us, even though my husband and I have been in this space for over 30 years, every time we test, I come up with different things. Actually, this is really interesting. This last facial scanner that I did, it showed that my cardiovascular ability had gone down a bit, because I lift heavy. I do more weight training, right? And I walk, but I haven't I had backed way off on my more cardio based work. I used to ride my Peloton a lot, but I had backed off on it. And now it's kind of telling me, oh, well, you kind of backed off a little bit too much, right?
Get
So
back over
it's
there.
cool because I can be, okay, now I can pick it up. I'll do, 1 or 2 more days of that, but I still prefer to do, resistance training. That's my preference.
Yeah, it's going to ask you for a referral code. The referral code is yes@amyjohoney.com. It's my name. It's on the screen right there. And also, yeah, it actually, for me, it showed my bone density's low. It's saying you need to start lifting more weights.
Yeah.
So
and again, it's a precursor, right? It's telling you ahead of time, like it's starting to look, important. If you make these changes, it's going to make a difference.
right.
That's what I love about it. The other thing I'll share really quickly, and this is more with the full scanner when we do the full scan, but we've had incredible results with people who experience fatty liver. And I'm just going to share something, and this is,
Yeah.
this is very, very interesting. So fatty liver is very common in the US. I'm going to tell you, I've been doing these scans for a long time. This is on the full scanner. And it is very common because of the American diet. And most people who start tracking for fatty liver, they go to their doctor and their doctor puts them on medication for the rest of their life because traditional Western medicine says that fatty liver cannot be reversed. That is not true. I'm just telling you, we do not diagnose anything here, but I'm going to tell you, I have documented personally case after case of people who had severe fatty liver, and we have seen a complete reversal within 90 days when they follow the protocol. Wow. Complete reversal from extreme serious fatty liver to completely normal in 90 days.
Wow, that's amazing.
It is really amazing. So these things, again, our body has the ability to adapt, and it really does. And I'm saying, there are certain times for medication, but there are times when you have other options. And for those people who are open to exploring that, we'd love to, do one of the scans on you. Yeah. And give it a shot.
Yeah. And also, alongside these practices, many of us find it helpful to pair like lifestyle shifts with some gentle, non-invasive wellness tools that support the body's own natural rhythms rather than override them. So if you're curious about some simple ways to support your body day to day, or curious about what's happening beneath the surface, feel free to reach out to one of us. You can also just reach out. We're like really open to chat with you guys. But the detox tea and the face scan is just a really simple starting point worth exploring on your own terms. So this week, choose one thing to release each day. One email that you don't answer immediately, one commitment you quietly let go of, one thought you wrote down instead of replaying. And at the end of the week, notice what feels lighter. And that's going to be your detox this week. So
that was good, Amy. That is really good.
Yeah.
Just the simple resources that we can do. I always like to say, for me, a good detox is when I start stressing out, I have to get up and change my state. Usually it means like going out for a walk. Usually when it's not 115 degrees, we go and we do a little hike, but it's been a little hot for that. But it's about changing your state and just, adapt and change something and then come back and have a fresh look at it. Just those kind of simple things that you do that cost nothing, right? Or go be around people who have, are in a space of joy or happiness, right? Just go choose a different
grass.
But
touch grass.
Yes. Yeah.
Go out and touch grass, touch the ground, feel the ground, hug a tree. There's something to it, So I love it. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining us. We're always honored that you spent time with us. We knew you could spend time anywhere, but you chose to spend it here with us. And that is really honored us. And we hope that you got a ton of value out of this. Feel free to reach out if you need anything. And we will see you next week on Escape the Toxic Minefield. Bye.
Bye.